Right now, gravity's pulling on you so gently you don't even notice it. It holds your coffee cup on the table, it keeps your feet on the floor. It's the softest force you know. But the real answer to what gravity can become is far stranger than anything you've felt in your entire life. Somewhere out in the galaxy, there's a place where that same gentle force gets so strong that it rips atoms apart, where time itself slows down until it nearly stops, where the rules you use to understand cause and effect simply stop applying. That place is called a black hole. And if you fell into one, something would happen to you that almost no human mind is built to picture correctly. Start with the basics. A black hole isn't a hole in the normal sense. It's not an empty gap in space. It's the opposite. It's an enormous amount of mass crushed into an incredibly small area. So much mass that its gravity becomes inescapable past a certain boundary. That boundary has a name. It's called the event horizon. Cross it and nothing, not light, not radio waves, not you, can ever come back out. Why? Because inside that boundary, gravity is strong enough to require faster than light speed to escape. And nothing with mass can travel that fast. Not even close. Here's the first strange thing you'd notice on your way in, assuming you fell toward a black hole feet first. Gravity doesn't pull evenly on your entire body. It pulls harder on whatever part of you is closest to the black hole. Your feet, being nearer, would be yanked with dramatically more force than your head. Physicists call this effect spaghettification, and the name is disturbingly literal. Your body would stretch longer and longer, thinner and thinner, until you resembled a strand of pasta more than a person. For a small black hole, this would happen while you were still far outside the event horizon, killing you almost instantly. But for a supermassive black hole, the kind sitting at the center of galaxies like our own Milky Way, something surprising happens. The gravity gradient is gentler. You could actually cross the event horizon alive, feeling nothing unusual at all in that exact moment. Does that sound almost peaceful? It is, briefly. That idea comes largely from the work of physicist Karl Schwarzschild, who in 1916, just months after Einstein published general relativity, solved Einstein's equations for the exact case of a black hole. Schwarzschild's math described the event horizon precisely, and it's still the foundation modern astrophysicists use today. He worked this all out while serving on the Russian front during World War I, sick with an illness that would kill him within the year. He never lived to see a black hole confirmed to exist. He just did the math and trusted it. So say you cross the event horizon of a large black hole, alive and seemingly fine. What happens next? This is where things get genuinely mind-bending. From your perspective, falling inward, time feels completely normal. Your watch ticks at its usual pace. You don't experience anything dramatic in that moment. But from the perspective of someone watching you fall from a safe distance, something entirely different appears to happen. As you approach the event horizon, you appear to move slower and slower. Your image gets redder and dimmer, stretched out by the intense gravity warping the light itself. To an outside observer, you never actually appear to finish crossing the horizon. You seem to freeze there forever, fading into darkness. Two completely different experiences of the exact same event, both mathematically correct, depending entirely on where you're standing. This isn't science fiction. It's a direct, tested prediction of Einstein's general relativity, and it's been confirmed repeatedly through observations of stars orbiting near black holes. Once you're actually inside, the strangeness compounds. Physicist John Wheeler, who coined the term black hole itself in 1967, described what lies beyond the event horizon using an idea that still unsettles physicists today. Inside the horizon, space and time essentially trade roles. Outside, you can move freely through space, but are dragged forward through time whether you like it or not. Inside a black hole, that relationship flips. Moving toward the center, the singularity stops being optional. It becomes as inevitable as tomorrow is for you right now. You wouldn't be falling through space toward a point. You'd be falling through time toward an event, the way you're currently falling through this Tuesday toward Wednesday. Unable to stop it, unable to go back. And what's actually at the center? This is where honest science has to admit its limits. The singularity at the heart of a black hole is a point where, according to the equations, density becomes infinite, and the laws of physics as currently understood simply break down. Nobody knows what's really there. It might be an actual point of infinite density. It might be something else entirely that our current theories, which don't yet unite gravity with quantum mechanics, are too incomplete to describe. Physicist Stephen Hawking spent much of his career wrestling with exactly this problem, eventually showing that black holes aren't perfectly black at all. They very slowly leak radiation, now called Hawking radiation, and over unimaginably long timescales, they evaporate completely, which raises an unsettling question researchers still argue about. If everything that falls in eventually gets released back out as this radiation in some scrambled form, then in what sense did you actually die falling into the singularity at all? Step back from the equations for a second, because there's something in this that touches how you experience your own life, not just black holes. You already live inside a version of the inside observer outside observer split, just a gentler one. Think about how differently a memory feels to you compared to how it looks to someone else describing it from the outside. From inside your own head, your childhood doesn't feel distant or frozen. It feels continuous, connected, still moving. But to someone looking at old photographs of you, that version of you seems fixed in place, frozen at a certain age, never changing again. Two true perspectives on the same events, shaped entirely by where the observer is standing. Physicists studying black holes call this relativity of simultaneity. You might just call it what it feels like to be the only person who's ever lived inside your own timeline. So what actually happens if you fall into a black hole? To the universe watching from outside, you slow down, redden, and fade, seemingly forever caught at the threshold. To you, falling, none of that would be true. You'd cross cleanly, feel time pass normally, and be drawn inevitably toward an ending that current physics genuinely cannot describe. Not because scientists haven't tried hard enough, because the object itself sits at the exact place where our best understanding of the universe runs out of road. Right now, gravity is still pulling gently on your coffee cup, holding your feet to the floor, asking nothing dramatic of you at all. But somewhere out past the edge of what any human has directly measured, that same soft force becomes a doorway with no way back, stretching, slowing, and rewriting the rules of before and after.